Here's the pitch in one bite. Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac is a love letter to 2002 that fixes a bunch of rough edges, while lovingly preserving a few that will still send you off a cliff. It looks great, plays faster, and adds quality of life that genuinely matters. It also has some retro jank and a finale that'll test your relationship with gravity. If you're eyeing the $29.99 to £34.99 nostalgia tax, stay for the breakdown and the buy now versus wait verdict context clean and quick. This is a ground-up remake of the PS GameCube Xbox era sequel, the one where Spooky gets unleashed when the ghosts jack Pac-Land's golden fruit. Now production rebuilt it. Bigger draw distances, brighter Pac Village hub, and a wonderful new landing target that shows exactly where your butt bounce will hit. It's the single best modern tweak. Early 2000s platformers were allergic to depth perception, and this cures most of that allergy. Performance snapshot, because frames are feelings. On Switch 2 you get a choice. Quality mode at 4K 30 docked or 1080p 60 docked or handheld. On the original Switch, you're capped at 30. PS5 series run at steady 60. One asterisk. Teeny screens like Switch Lite make the UI feel cramped. It's playable, but not ideal. If you can chase 60, this game's vibe is momentum. What's actually new beyond the shine? A bite-sized co-op option lets player 2 hop in as a Pac-Drone. Perfect for a kid, a partner, or your cat wearing Tums, peppering enemies and popping boxes while you platform. There's a mission mode with 3 optional goals per stage. The hub now hides arcade cabinets, gacha machines, a jukebox, and cosmetic unlocks. It's basically a tiny theme park and it works. Boss arenas are remixed and flashier. Encounters add new beats, and a couple of moves are snappier than you remember. Where the sources agree. The facelift's legit and the landing reticle is chef's kiss. Nintendo Life applauds the glow up and that aim where you land circle that saves so many lives. Hobby Consolers calls it the definitive version with smart updates, a generous assist fairy mode, and a 10-hour core that stretches to 15 to 20 if you're hunting everything. The game's machine digs the steady 60 on PS5, the reactive feel, and the pile of extras, arcade throwbacks, collectibles, time trials, where they clash. And this is where your wallet lives, difficulty and value. One camp says the main line is breezy with sporadic spikes. Another hit a brick wall on the final boss and tapped out after dozens of attempts. Even with invincibility help, both can be true. Re-Pac smooths general play, but leaves a few 2002 design fossils. Camera angles that don't fully track your intent, platform sequences that punish a single missed input, and bosses that demand precise strings after long, repeat-the-phase gauntlets. If you learn 3D cameras on Galaxy or Odyssey, some jumps will feel vintage. Let's talk level design and pacing. The best bits are pure Saturday morning spectacle. Skating away from a thundering snowball, swimming and sub-runs. Giant pellet chomp sessions where the hunter becomes the hunted. It's more challenging than the smiley mascot art implies. One lava run can eat a couple dozen lives. On the flip side, mission mode turns long levels into grocery lists. Collectibles reset when you re-enter. So you're not finishing the last melon. You're doing the whole fruit aisle again. If you're a completionist, that's structure. If you're not, that's filler, controls, and the one misread input problem. The remake tightens responsiveness, but one old school quirk lingers. It's too easy to trigger a ground pound when you meant to extend a jump. That jump versus butt bounce confusion has been flagged across reviews, and on tricky sequences it's a life tax. You can mitigate it by committing to the landing reticle and giving your jump a clean press. Half-press hesitations are where disaster lives. Price to content reality check. The main quest clocks anywhere from 6 to 10 hours depending on your skill and how many pellets you hoover, plus more for missions, arcade unlocks, and time trials. There's a deluxe option floating around with extra cosmetics and a small chunk of bonus content. If you came for a breezy nostalgia tour with modern niceties, the sticker makes sense. If you demand Mario tier reinvention per dollar, you may bounce off the remake of a lean 2002 platformer thing. Now the split screen of opinions, then our take. Praises you'll probably echo: the look, the feel, the reticle, the surprise variety, the way Pac Village feels like a diorama of secrets, the sweet co-op assist for family play. Gripes you might share: camera gremlins, mission mode bloat, a final boss that's more punitive than punchy, collectible runs that don't save partial progress, readability, and smaller handhelds. Veteran Games verdict: this is the right way to remake a B-tier classic. Respect the bones, sand the splinters, add a few new toys. It still isn't elbowing past the genre's A-listers. If you loved Pac-Man World 2, this is the version you've been waiting for. If you're platformer curious, it's a fun, compact snack, not a full meal, and the old-school spikes are still sharp. Quick buyer's guide. Buy now if you've got nostalgia, a kiddo who'd love Pac-Drone co-op, or you're craving a bright, compact platformer that runs at 60 where you can. Wait for a sale if cameras give you hives, you hate repeating long stages for collectibles, or you rage quit at boss phases with no mid-checkpoints. New to Pac World. Play on performance mode, toggle assist if needed, and treat mission mode as optional dessert, not required greens. Play smarter, die less, trust the landing circle. Commit to it, don't feather jump inputs. Map your camera nudge to muscle memory. Small, frequent nudges beat big swing turns. Do a fun first pass, beat the level, enjoy the set pieces. Then decide if missions are worth it. If the finale tilts you, fairy mode isn't shame, it's an accessibility choice the devs intended. Pay off before the ask. Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac won't convert the congregation who demand the next Odyssey. It will give fans the definitive way to replay a cult favorite and newcomers, a surprisingly spicy mascot adventure with enough new sauce to justify its return. For a series born in flat mazes, this 3D lap still has juice. If this kind of no BS deep dive is your thing, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe. If you're nodding or fuming, drop a like so this take survives the algorithm's boss rush. Spicy closer for the comments. Should remakes preserve the original difficulty spikes, even when they feel unfair by 2025 standards? Or is sanding them down part of the job when you charge modern-day prices?